everyone. Welcome back. I'm back. This is Pinchy Al. Pinchy Al's Garage. We got a lot going on today, guys. It's been a while, so I'm going to give you guys an update about what is going on here today and the past 2-3 weeks since I've been gone. So, yes, this is another 1.8T. It's been a minute, peeps. Hey, what's going on? Yep, it's me. It's Al, Pinchy Al's Garage. So, what's up? So, I'm going to give you guys pretty much a heads up of what has happened in this entire month that I've been gone. I've been a very, very busy boy. So, two things. Patreon and YouTube. Okay, so you guys have not been forgotten, have not been missed out or nothing. We've been saving a ton of money. I have over $2,000 to put into a VR6 Turbo. I got Mark IV Wolf 1.8T right here that we're going to tear down tonight. I got a brand new job. I'm actually got a huge upgrade to my quality of life, my pay, my overall everything has like just been up. My life has turned upside down in a positive way. I'm gonna sit down, give me a minute, and I'll give you guys an update here. So a lot of things have changed, obviously. So I want to give you guys a big update because it's been a minute. I'm not even kidding. So, hey, what's up? So, number one, the biggest change in my life is a new job. I am now a desktop systems engineer for EDF Renewable Energy here in San Diego. It's a pretty cool job. So I now work in the corporate environment. Huge difference in pay, benefits, and quality of life in comparison to Geek Squad. Number one, I now have a 7 to 4 job, so I'm off every day at 4 p.m. I'm trying to get my body into a routine where I go to bed at 9:30, 10 p.m. the latest. I know, man, that hair is ridiculous. I know. Just give me some time here, okay? It's almost gone. So that's number one, and that's why I've been gone. I've been literally like dying of like just being tired because I'm trying to change my body's routine into going to bed every day at 2 in the morning, waking up at 10 and going to work. So now waking up every day in the morning, coming home at 4, going to bed at 9. Not be able to do anything here at Pinchy Al's Garage and YouTube, you know. So I had to give myself some time to get my brain to understand what I'm doing and to figure out how am I going to get all this taken care of. And I figured it out. So pretty much Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays Fridays and Saturdays. Sundays is dedicated to my family, but it all depends on the situation. But Fridays and Saturdays are Pinchy Al's Garage days. Dedicated to you guys, so that's why we're here. Sundays, it depends on what's going on. If family doesn't want to do anything or the weather sucks, then there'll be another Pinchy Al's Garage day. Monday through Friday, normal, same old work days. Unfortunately, when I get off at 4, I can't do much when it is to car stuff because I get home, I gotta get ready, I gotta go to bed, I gotta eat dinner. It's just a whole routine. By the time I'm done, I gotta go to bed, and it kind of sucks because I go to bed every day at 2 in the morning. You know, so it's like kind of like a toss and turn. If like, do I risk it and do I get any rewards to lose some sleep and then mess up at work? You know, it's kind of a toss up. So I've been kind of out of the car stuff just because I'm trying to make sense of my life routine, and I got it down. I'm back. So that's done. Number 2. What's going on? I mean, how you guys been? It's been a minute. I know. I'm just looking at how you guys right here. Thank you, congratulations, thank you. Believe me, I'm happy. I'm super happy with my new job. So, a lot of other cool things are happening. Number one, yes, I got into crypto. I'm into crypto mining, and you guys gotta understand, it's for a big thing. It's for the channel and for my life. I'm able to actually get a lot more money put aside for YouTube and for my savings, for my pretty much for my retirement. So my goals are pretty harsh for what I want to do in such little time, because I'm getting ready to do a big push to go 100% YouTube and forget about everything else. But I'm trying to make sure I have the finances to support it before I do it, you know. So I want to be able to make sense of it in the future. So that's a huge thing. Number two, I have two jobs. I actually work my full-time job, and I still work for Best Buy. I'm still a Geek Squad employee. So I am working anywhere from 50 to 60 hours a week. So, and whatever's left over in money, save it and dump it all into YouTube. That's kind of the goal. Third thing is Patreon. Patreon, guys. This VR6 is finally going. You see the head over here in the background. You see the block right behind me. This 1.8T's got to be teared down completely today because it's going to the machine shop on Monday. Yes, that's right, guys. We are finally going to build a turbo VR6 starting Monday. Stay tuned. If you guys are not Patreon members, become one, because we have over $2,000 saved up to dump into a VR and build a monster fun car. So we got a lot of cool stuff coming for that. A lot of cool DIY content that I'm going to film. I'm not going to do as much live, but I'm going to do a lot of filming. So be happy for that. So let's see, what are we? Number 4, number 5. Yo, what's up, Mark 4? Whoa. So next thing is YouTubers. People who watch my channel, that's not Patreon, but just my channel in general. We still saved all that money from the fundraiser. So we have over $1,600 that we still have to dump into a car. I need to find a car, guys. I can't find a cheap enough car for me to build for YouTube, just for my YouTube side. So we need your guys' help. I'm giving a big shout. I'm looking for a car to build for you guys and to give away, because I don't want it, I don't need it, but I need to build it. So I'm looking for anything Mark IV and older. If you guys find a good deal on a car, please hit me up. I'm more than willing to see if it's a good deal, as long as it's under $1,500 to. If it's under $2,000, I'm 100% down for it. Just hit me up through Instagram, Facebook, you know, MySpace, YouTube, even on TikTok. I'm now on TikTok. I don't know why, but I'm there. So, again, life did me well this year, and I waited 2 years for this job, by the way. I completely waited 2 years to work to get my skill level there and be able to get it. And I finally got it. It's a great title to have, desktop systems engineer. I'm stoked. So that gives me a lot of, looks pretty on the resume, number one. And it's a pay upgrade, major pay upgrade for me. And my family does benefit from the benefits. My medical is so much cheaper now. My family gets a lot more attention to the medical and the stuff that they need. So a couple things that we've had happen that are not great, but not bad. It's just one thing, my daughter is having some learning problems. Not a big deal. She's having an issue with speaking and trying to do certain things. So we're taking our time teaching her more. I'm hoping it clicks in her head and it gets all going and she'll be caught up with all the other kids. But right now she's kind of much slower. My nephew's addicted to Minecraft. I got him addicted, unfortunately, but on the PC, not on console. So he's using mouse and keyboard. And I had like the happiest moment of my life when one of the kids came up to him and was like, "Why are you playing with the keyboard and mouse?" And he just said, "Because it's the right way to play." I just cried. I cried so bad. So worth it. It was just like the happiest moment of my life because PC Master Race, bro. All right, so that's awesome, Tidy. So now, without further ado, I caught you guys up again. It's been weeks. I know it's been a while, guys. I've missed you guys too. Believe me, I missed you, Tiny. I missed you, Christian. I miss you all, guys, man. You guys, it's been a minute. You don't understand how many times I keep talking to my wife and be like, hey, can I get on YouTube? What time is it? 9:30. I gotta go to bed. It's like, but now I got time. It's the weekend. And because weekends are here, they're made for builds. Oh, other thing too. Number one, if you guys are going to SoCal Euro, please go to my booth. Go to my booth. We've like decked out my new booth so good. So this year we will be there October 4th, 3rd or 4th. We're going to be at Irwindale Speedway at Big SoCal Euro. Pinche Al's Garage booth. Be there. We're trying to figure out, we're trying to give away some wheels for the show. We haven't figured out the logistics behind it yet, but just stay tuned. It will be a big surprise once we get to that point. But let's get to work. Let's tear down Mark Ford Wolf's car. Oh, and he's here, by the way. I forgot. I said hi to you. So let's get to work, guys. All right. Boop. That's what we're here for, right? All right, so we're here. I've already taken the cam caps off, so we're gonna just kind of move these out of the way. I know it's kind of dumb how it looks, but we're going to do that. I need a little box. So try to give yourself a little box to organize everything that you take out of an engine. If you don't know the order, then take them off and put them back in order. I know the order, so no big deal for me. So there are some stripped ones here that we're going to have to replace. So Mark IV Wolf, you should know this by now since you're watching. This valve cover gasket is toast, so don't need it. And you're again, Mike, your engine's going out this Monday. We're gonna build it. Should have it ready in under a month. That is my goal for you, sir. I want this done out of my life, into your hands, into your car, as soon as possible. Tiny, actually, if you want to drive one of my cars, I need someone to drive a car for us. So you can come to my house and you can come to the event if you don't mind driving one of the cars. I would really appreciate it, because I can trust you. Come on, Tiny, don't be like that. We got a hotel, so you can stay at the hotel with us. We're going to be leaving on Friday. Saturday. We're leaving Saturday night. So we got a hotel up in LA, so we don't have to worry about leaving at 2 in the morning all the way over there. What? When did you move over here, buddy? You need to come and visit. Florida. Why does everybody move to Florida? What's in Florida that's so nice? Besides it not being California. Because California is not the greatest. Let me tell you what. Let's see here. Alright, all the cam caps are off, so that means the cams will come off. And we're not going to be using anything. Let's see, we need a 10. I get this timing bell off. Let's see here. Alright, timing belt is removed. Just cut that son bitch off. Alright. Come on. Those cam caps are always jamming. We be jamming, yeah. We be jamming, yeah. Come on. It's this last one right here. It's giving me an issue. Ay, ay, ay. Nice. Mini Ugga Duggas. Yep, gotta have them Ugga Duggas. That saves you time on and removing stupid stuff like this. These cams are stuck though. I think it's kind of going this way, and that's why I'm trying to go down. It's stuck right here. I can see it where it's trying to get stuck right here on the. There it is. There we go. Cams removed. All right. Now the cams are removed. Time to inspect lifters. Make sure they don't have any divots in them. Typically the middle one is the one that's problematic, which looks like they're going to need to be replaced, the middle one. So we might have to replace those down the road. Damn, that is a deal, dude. 150 bucks? Hell yeah. Killer deal. All right. Now that we have pretty much that taken care of, what I want to do is get this out of here. Alright, so your old hydraulic tensioner, they're duty pretty much after like 80,000 miles. You see how it's dug into it? These are not supposed to have any grooves in them, so that's the end of that tensioner. That is duty. So we cannot reuse that. Typically, I recommend that you replace the tensioner and the chain pretty much during your rebuild process. It's just a smarter thing to do. So I'm going to get my magnetic pickup. And then we're going to be pulling all the lifters out. Now remember, this is the back of the motor. This is the front. So this is cylinder 4321. 4321 exhaust. Remember that because you have to put these back in that order. Quick for a 6. I mean, you can do either or. Just remember, you don't know what you're buying when you're buying used. At least you know what you're going to be putting into your engine if you're going to be rebuilding a motor. So it kind of goes both ways on that scenario. I like to find blown heads, blown engines for nothing because I can rebuild them and they don't cost as much to rebuild. Right now, a lot of people are trying to up the price on these 1.8Ts, which is kind of dumb because they're super common motors. I mean, these motors are literally $300 motors tops running. Someone charges you more for that, they're smoking some type of good crack. That's all I gotta say. These motors are not expensive. What's going on, Rob? Well, Ken, how much horsepower do you want to make? That's the real question. If you're looking for under 500 horsepower, pretty much integrated engineering rods and stock pistons. That's all you need. Great build for under 500 ponies. That's what we're doing here. So we're doing a full high horsepower build on this one for Mike. Our goal again is under 500 horses. yeah, like again, Ken, then all you need is stock pistons and integrated engineering rods. That's all you need. And then obviously all your other work that has to be done to it. You know, basic machine work. I would probably replace all the center lifters. Usually the ones on the outside don't get worn as much as the middle one. The middle one gets the most abuse out of all the lifters. If you got the cheese, do replace all the lifters. Just replace them. It's a smart thing to do. If you want to, you know, do maintenance on it. You want ARP hardware. You want to do get piston rings. Do some type of actual upgraded rod bearings and main bearings. Don't do stock stuff. Get actual race style bearings. Everything else is just standard stock stuff. There's nothing special. That's all you need to build an under 500 horsepower engine. Once you go beyond the 500 horsepower range, that's when you got to start spending a lot more money on your build. How do you learn about this? Research, man. Lots and lots of research, and doing this for years. I learned actually a lot about this originally through the forums, through the old school VW Vortex forums. I lived on those forums literally day and night. Tiny will tell you. Tiny is also one of the old school guys for the forums. I mean, that's where all the real knowledge came from. On top of talking to tuners and engine builders as well. There's a wealth of knowledge on all the old forums still there. No images. I mean, you can use your imagination. There's a wealth. I mean, a wealth of knowledge on the forums, and I still go back to them. Believe it or not, I actually still go back to a lot of those forums to find some more information that I actually missed out on. You know, yeah. I don't think forums are not going to come back. Unfortunately, too many stupid people exist out there that don't want to read and look for the answer. They just rely on Facebook and their instant gratification for knowledge. No one's willing to put in the amount of research to find the answer they want. Sorry guys, if you're one of them, I'm sorry, but the truth hurts. Facts are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings. That's literally what I've learned the hard way, and you guys should too. I mean, you guys got to understand that you're not supposed to get the answer instantly. You're supposed to go look for it, find it, read it, understand it, and then do it. If you can't do that, you probably shouldn't be behind a wrench, just for safety reasons, man. I teach as much as I can, as often as I can, and I repeat it. I repeat these builds all the time, because you guys like it, and I like to show you guys these builds. They're a lot of fun, but you guys gotta understand, you know, I do it on my free time. Gap City Squad, thank you. I appreciate that. Always appreciate the love, man. Always appreciate it. Exactly. Oh my god, why am I getting the wrong socket every time? There you go. Trying to take off this tensioner, this idler pulley over here on this side. Let's be. Alright, that's off. So now the head's going to come off. Time to remove the head. I think we bought a brand new head removal tool. Makes my life 100 times better. Get a big breaker bar. Makes your life 100 times easier. All right, and then get yourself a little impact gun. Zip them out really quick. Womp womp. And I gotta give thanks to McDubbin for this. Alright, that's done. Now it's time to pull the head off and move it to my little station over here. Let's see. Precise. Appreciate the builds, man. Okay. No problem, Rob. You know I got you, buddy. So now the head's completely removed. We're going to move this sucker right over here to the bench. And time to inspect this motor really quick. Pistons are perfectly fine visually. Head gasket. Ooh! I found the failure of the head gasket right here. Right here. So I'm going to get you guys a close-up in just a moment, but I can see where the head gasket failed pretty quickly, and it failed in these two cylinders right here. These two, this one was untouched completely. This one was untouched, but the head gasket completely failed on this motor, and it failed right here. So you guys can see this with me. This is where the head gasket failed. You see how like there's rust marks right here? So the gasket kind of failed right inside the gasket here. Oh, you can see the rust right inside here. So the water was leaking in between both cylinders. Looks like it was leaking through here. But I don't see a crack anywhere on the block where water would come through. Usually cracks show themselves pretty easily. So more than likely the gasket, and you can see the coolant was dripping down pretty much to the left and right on top. So it was leaking in between these two cylinders, more than likely through either this, one of these coolant passages right. This is an oil passage. So one of these two water passages was dumping water into this little like groove. Now this does not look like a factory gasket, by the way, guys, at all. This looks like a cheap aftermarket gasket. So someone probably did a rebuild on this motor and did a cheap rebuild, because this is not factory at all. I mean, just looking at this gasket, I'm not happy with the quality of this gasket at all. So definitely for sure a cheap gasket was used. Probably some like Felpro. A lot of people like to use Felpro because it's dirt cheap. You can get a Felpro gasket, head gasket, for like 20-30 bucks and slap it on, call it fixed, and sell the car as quick as they can. You know, and that's one of the things I hate the most about a lot of those cheap cars out there for sale. There's a reason why they're cheap. Yeah, I'll show you guys how to remove the crank bolt. It's super easy. We're actually gonna get to that. We're gonna flip the engine over and we're gonna do all that. So yes, you will be shown all that. No, head gaskets on 1.8T are extremely rare. They're one of the rarest engines to have head gasket fails. It's not a common problem for a 1.8T head gasket to fail. People who have head gasket failures are people who don't know how to maintain their car. Shots fired, and I'm... So right now I'm taking off the harmonic balancer. Maybe. Let me get the belt out. It spins beautifully. No effort to spin the block at all. So what we got to do to take the harmonic balancer off, you need a 12.19. Another ratchet, but set it to tighten versus loose. So go to righty tighty, and then counter pull. That's how you do that. You want to get this from preventing your stuff from spinning. Easy peasy. So what I'm doing right now is taking off all the accessories on the block. So we have a bare block to disassemble completely. So try to keep all your stuff organized as best you can. You know, you're gonna be perfect, but just do it. Just do a good job, that's all. Since I've done this 100 times, I don't really need to memorize where all the bolts go. So all the stuff that we're taking off is not reusable. So the hydraulic tensioner is trash. Your water pump is trash. You can't reuse any of this stuff. So don't. The water pump has a little pry bar right here for you to get to it. Ew, look at that rust. We're gonna get all that out of here. All of it's coming out of the block. So yeah, that's what happens when you have a head gasket failure. You get coolant. I mean, you get oil and rust and shit like this. But it's actually not that bad. I've had worse motors. Had way worse motors than this. Okay. So next step is actually taking off the crank. Taking off the crank gear, which you guys requested. So let's get to that point right now. So next step is getting the bar. How's the new job going? It's good. It's very stressful, but it's definitely a good job. It's a lot of work. I mean, but I think it's a lot of work because I'm new to the work. I guess if that makes more sense, you know, when you're new at something, it's going to be more stressful than what you're used to. So yeah, but it definitely is it's a chore to get used to, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely liking it. This is gonna make such a big mess. Good thing I not put cardboard on the ground for this reason. Oh, you know what? Before I dump it, I should put this in top on the middle. It might fall down, but you put some wood blocks underneath there. Gosh, this thing reeks. There we go. Like butter. Here we go. Cool. Got that to work. Exactly. I enjoy it, and I'm hoping it will get easier for me over time. It's just, I gotta take time. It takes time, you know? New job's the new job, you know? Alright, we're removing the oil pan. Ooh, we gotta see all the sludge now. I haven't been trying to do this. This takes so long by hand. Magnet, here we go. I know, man. I know. That's why I'm so happy I got this actual space for years. I mean, years. You guys, if you guys watch my YouTube channel, you can see how many years it took me before I actually had this actual workspace. It's been a long time coming, actually having a legit workspace to do stuff like this. And I'm happy. I'm very, very happy about it. I feel very fortunate to have a space like this now that I've been able to, you know, actually utilize it, number one. You know, I don't like having space that's not being used. I know it's kind of weird to say that, but I mean, in my home, we use every inch of space in this house, and it's used very well. Whoa. Look at that. Look at that mud. But no metal shavings at all. Not a single piece of, oh my God. And whoever did the gasket on this, oh, you're a saint. It's done right. Look at this. It's got the tiniest bead of RTV in here. Oh my God. Look at no metal shavings in the pan, which means maintenance was done regularly. Nothing was damaged on the engines, the rods, the pistons didn't seize or run out of oil. It just had water in it, which is, again, bad, but I'm not seeing glitter at all. So I'm super, super happy, because that means the cylinder walls, the pistons, the rods, the crank will be still very healthy. That's what we want when we try turning this down, is stuff like that. Right? Correct. You do want bigger up in front. Hybrid pans are recommended. Always recommend a hybrid pan, just because you just never know. You never know. Throw all that stuff in there. See if I can get this out. No, I gotta get the front off. Okay, so you guys are asking, how do I remove the crank bolt by yourself? Well, it's not that hard. I'm going to show you. Okay? Oh, and what is the advantage of 19/20? You can hold more power. That's pretty much it. Nah, it's a bigger wrist pin, more metal, more surface area, stronger tensile strength. That is it. That is the big difference between going 19 to 20 millimeter wrist pins. You can hold more power, but if you're going that route, you better be putting some money on some bigger pistons and everything else with it. It's not just a one thing. You got it's kind of like it's like a added effect. You know, you add more one thing, you got to add more something else. Alright, so this is what you need to do to remove your crank bolt by yourself. Number one, you need 2x4s. Alright? Number two, you need a 19 millimeter 12-point socket. This guy right here. 12-point socket, or 20-point, I don't know, I think it's 12. 19 millimeter, right? You need a big ass breaker bar. Okay? You need a torch. Okay. Next, this is the most vital step right here. Turn your crank to get a flat spot in there, and see where the wood crams. So you want like a 2x2, I guess. Yeah, 2x2, and get that sucker in there. You know, the more wood you can get in there, the better. There you go. Just like that. Okay? Get it ready for turning. So make sure you can get that force in there. Okay? Once you do that, you're going to grab your torch. You're going to light it up. Light it up. Now you're going to superheat this sucker to as hot as you can until you run out of patience. The hotter the better, and the easier this sucker will come off. Here, I'll move the camera over so you guys can see what I'm doing on this side. There we go. Hopefully that works better. I was already reminded of doing the same thing, but minus the torch. My motor was still in the car. We were brake iron jacking slowly pumped. That's cool. I didn't think that. Torching it just expands and breaks loose the stuff inside the threads. It just makes life a lot easier, and you get it done pretty quick. All you want to do is torch the end. Don't torch the whole thing, just the end of the bolt or the head. Alright, I'm going to try it right now. I might have to heat it up some more. Probably because I'm being a little impatient, but it's okay. Now, you want to push down versus pull, okay? Don't be trying to pull this up because you're going to end up pulling the motor off the ground. Gotta keep doing it. It'll get there. Yeah, you scared it. All right, let's see. Ah, come on. Need a cheap bar. Damn it. It won't break loose. Ah. I know, right? I hate this bolt so much. Usually, I can get it off with just a couple of seconds of prying on it. Sucker won't move. I need to get my wife over here. Hold on. I gotta have her step on the back wheel. It's lifting the engine up too much. Well, that sucks. It's not gonna happen. She's busy. She's busy giving the kids a bath. Just afraid to listen to the motor off the ground. Which is wanting to do right now. There we go. Fuck yeah. I heard it crack. It's broken loose. Just took a minute. Just took a minute. Whoo! I got it. Damn, it's so satisfying. There we go, man. It's so satisfying to do that. Alright, grab a rag. This sucker is probably smoking hot. Do not put your normal hands on it. Alright, now we can take the front main seal off. Whoo! Got that sucker off. Now we can take the wood out. Maybe. There we go. It did its job. Oh, so graciously. Thank you, wood. Alright, now we gotta get back to taking everything else off. Alright, front main seals held all by I think 5 or 6 10mm bolts. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 6. 5, 6. Get your little pry flying screwdriver. They give you a spot. Where is it? Right here. To pry it up. So you don't damage or score the machine surface. You do not want to damage this surface at all. Okay, guys? Alright, there's a 10 millimeter for the tensioner. That's trash. Don't need it. Always replace. Okay, oil pump. It's kind of a 50-50 thing when you got to replace it. In this scenario, we're probably going to replace it because it's got water through it, so we'll worry about that later. Alright, now we're up to the crank, but we still need to remove the rear main seal before we can pull the crank out. And the pistons, obviously. So let's keep going to it. I'm going to slide you guys back over so you guys can get that portion going. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to need a 10 millimeter wrench for this. A little shorty at that. Because this one, since the block is in a really crappy spot, you really can't do much besides just by hand. And you can try a little short ratchet. That might work. Short ratchet does work. If you want one of those short ratchets with like a long reach, you might be able to do it. Can't wait to drop this off on Monday for Mike. He's going to be so excited for the engine's transformation. It's going to be completely different from what he sees now and then when we're actually building. Mike, what color did you want your engine, by the way, your block? We didn't talk about that. I know your car's silver. Did you want a glossy black, a matte black, a satin black? A two-tone? I mean, the world is your oyster for this, buddy. You know, I don't know what color theme you're going for your engine bay or anything like that, but I want to definitely get you a nice clean. I was going to ask you too if you want me to shave your valve cover. I can shave the valve cover for you if you want that. And then you'll have to polish it. I'm not going to polish a valve cover, sorry, but I can shave it for you. That way you just take it to a polisher and get it all nice and shiny. Dude, I was so mad at myself on Mark's car. We had an oil leak and it was a cam seal. And I didn't catch it. The cam seal was sideways by like a millimeter. I didn't catch it and it was leaking oil profusely out of the cam seal. And I was pissed because I knew I could have solved the problem in 10 seconds, but didn't. Hi, baby!
Can we open the door a little bit? It smells in here.
It's also really hot in here.
Why you have a smoke cooler on?
Hmm?
Why you have a smoke cooler?
Because it's noisy and people can hear that. I'd rather suffer in the heat.
You want a fan?
No, thank you.
You sweat it out?
Yep. Nani. Hey, baby.
You're crossing your fingers.
Okay. Valve cover, rear main seal is removed. Now it's gotta pop it out. Yee. Yeah, baby. Yee. Lonnie's part of the Yeet squad. Yeet.
Tell me something.
What are you gonna tell me, Mama?
Yee.
Yee. Turtle Man. Pizza. Okay, so this will come out with the crank when I pull the crank out. So next step here is pulling off all the main caps. Pulling off the rod caps first, pull the pistons out, and then pull the main caps. What's up, Ben?
Did you use your tool yet? Oh, that's after you come
That's when it comes back.
Yeah, time yourself how fast it takes.
I know, I can't wait. You don't understand, it's so exciting to use that tool.
5 minutes of work.
Glossy black on black. I am down for that. Since we're not going to salvage the rods, we're not going to match them up. So we're not going to care about matching rods at all, or saving rods in general. I might save them because they're still in good shape. I should, huh? Yeah, I should save them for someone who else might need them. So I will. Okay, so I took this one off over here, this one off over here. So left and right. Someone out there might need a rod. Engine rebuild with stock rods, so I might as well keep them, save them for someone else. And this is what we want to care about here. You'll see here the motor was starting to fail, because you'll see it's actually starting to have wear marks in it. So we definitely caught this engine just in time before a very, very serious rod failure would come in and cause pretty much premature caused a crank failure. Then this engine would have been total trash, unfortunately. But we caught it just in time, so I'm pretty happy with that. See, these bearings weren't even affected at all. Good bearings. So again, you'll get a weird range of odd failures, but we caught it just in time, so I'm not stressing. Now I'm putting that back on because I need to rotate the motor. Now you are allowed to reuse rod bolts. Just so you guys know, you're not allowed to reuse main cap bolts. You just have to measure the usage of the main rod bolt. There is a spec to them, how much you're allowed to use them, like stretch them, and then if they pass the factory spec, then they're completely deemed unusable because they stretch too much. That means they can prevent premature failure and crack. So you can mic them, see how much they stretch. As long as they don't pass the, again, factory specification, you can reuse them. Alright, so all the rod bolts have been removed. You guys can see that. Really actually not bad wear. I mean, due to water, they'll start to pit because it's got water in it, but it's actually not that bad. Only crank cylinder number 1, because this is cylinder number 4 had the worst one, but the crank is fully intact. There's no damage on the crank. So again, just gotta get the crank polished and cleaned and get that going. The crank main bearings are main bearing bolts are 16. No, 17. Sorry, 17. These bolts are not reusable, folks. One time use, that is it. One and done. They are called TTL, torque to yield. Understand that, guys. Whenever you see that on your bolt or your specifications, you see TTL, that's it. One and done, bro. For you, JTJ, I mean a block, I don't charge to build them. You guys gotta understand that. It's whatever you can get parts for. So Mark IV Wolf sent me all his parts. He sent me them, and I'm building it. All I charge for is the machine work because I don't own the machines. I drop them off at a machine shop, and they quote me a price, and I give it to you. The prices I get from my machine shop, though, are extremely cheap in comparison to any other machine shop out there here in California. Alright? Let me be clear with that. I do not charge to build motors. I charge for the labor cost for the machine work because it's not my machines. Okay? So whatever you can get car parts for to build your motor, that's what it's going to cost you. And obviously a long block, because I got to get you a long block too. And then shipping you a long block is a whole other story. If you want me to ship you a motor, freight charges right now are out the freaking roof. So, I mean, I would do some research, find out what it would cost to ship a block. They're about 200 to 400 pounds for an engine. Find out what it would cost to do a full pallet, like to ship to you, before you make that decision. And because if I have a new job, I don't have a way of delivering the motor for you. Unless you're local, if you're not that far, I can bring you the motor. I mean, if I can get to you in under 24 hours, like say halfway across the country, I'll bring it to you. I got no problem with that. I'll deliver it. I can take an extra day off of work to drop it off and stuff. But again, it's hit or miss. Yeah, man, dude, if you came and got it, it'd be even better. Man, that'd save me so much time and money. You don't understand. I'd be super stoked. All right, crank is ready to come out. So we need to organize our layout here on our table. So a lot of things I gotta throw away. This is all trash. Gotta have space for the crank. That's all I gotta do. Make space for the crank. So, cranks, you pull straight up and you put it down. Don't mess with them. Pepe the Space Cowboy. I love that name, by the way. I'm in San Diego, Southern California. I live in the city of Escondido. There we go. That crank came out with no problems. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh man, look at these. Alright, so we're gonna push this guy down. Dump the oil in here. Now we're gonna put them in order because we gotta reuse those pistons. Alright, you'll see here's the front main, the rear main seal's out. That's trash. Woo! That's a complete disassembly, guys. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Hell yeah, Pepe. That'd be awesome, dude. Ken. These blocks do not require any balancing. That's why they have a harmonic balancer. Now, we do recommend balancing your crank your rods, if you go to aftermarket pistons and rods. Integrated Engineering makes a drop-in rod. So you guys gotta understand the difference between upgraded rods and drop-in rods. Integrated Engineering makes rods balanced to factory specifications as long as they meet factory specifications to the weight of the original rod. Now, they still have to be balanced, but because they run a harmonic balancer, there's no balancing required. Now, if you're going beyond the 400 or 500 horsepower range, you're going to get into the world of balancing and blueprinting a block when you need to go that high horsepower just for safety reasons, or go into a fluid dampener. Fluid hydraulic balancer compensates for a lot of vibrations, absorbs a ton of the vibrations, even more so than the standard factory balancer, and you can get around doing a full balancing on an engine by using that. But again, it all depends on your horsepower goals. Horsepower is where you have to figure out where you're going to be doing a lot of stuff for your block. I always build, how do you balance it? You take it to a machine shop for balancing. They have special thing that mounts the crank and the pistons and rotates them and pretty much balances them for you. You can't just like balance it. You can't do it yourself unless you have the equipment. You know, it's like kind of like balancing a tire. Same exact concept, but you're doing it with wheels. I mean, you're doing it with a crank and pistons and stuff. There's a whole procedure for that. You need a good machine shop if you're gonna get involved with that kind of stuff. You have 4 oil squirters, so that's the next thing you need to remove. Before they leave your house. Be super careful with these. These are extremely expensive. These little rods, these little squirters here, can get you anywhere from $50 to $200 for one set. So don't jack these up when removing them. Don't bend them. Don't scrap them. Don't strip them. They'll ruin. Literally, your car won't run right if you don't have these in there. And they'll overheat and blow your motor up pretty much. Yeah, mama. Ayo.
People. Cheers. Hey Google, turn on the road.
Got it. Turning on Pinche Garage.
All right. So don't turn that on.
I'm gonna put it over here.
Yeah, it's really loud.
Well, over there. Go.
All right. That's how you tear down a 1.8T, guys. Oh man, what a day. That was fun. Man, I miss working on engines. You guys have no idea. Going to work every day and not doing car stuff is like, I don't know, man. Depressing. I love hanging out with my family, don't get me wrong. But man, just something about car stuff, dude. Just something about car stuff that just puts me at ease. Let's see. Ken, you can definitely throw in rods, but you can't just throw in pistons. All right, understand that. You can't just randomly throw pistons in your engine. Pistons require a little bit more work. They're not drop-in. Okay. Okay, so you can't just put parts in an engine, dude. I just sat on that. So yeah. Let's see if there you guys go. So again, so these engines, the blocks are cast iron, the heads are aluminum. They can literally take whatever you want to put into them. They'll take the abuse. Okay? But again, depending on your power goal is where your budget resides. And your budget resides based off your power goal. I know it's kind of weird, but so if you're going to build a car 500 horsepower or less, your budget should reflect that. Okay, so Ken, hold on, Ken. Okay, factory pistons are exactly that. They're designed for factory applications. However, AWP engines, for some reason, their pistons just hold up to 500 horsepower tops. And that's pretty much the max amount of power. About 500 pounds of torque is what we're looking more like before the piston will just snap and crack and fail. The rods have a 300 foot-pound torque rating. That's it before they start bending and doing the limbo pretty much for you. So 500 horsepower is the magic number for stock pistons. 300 horsepower is the magic number for stock rods. So depending on where your power goals reside and where you want them, that's where you're going to be looking at. Now, what you have to do to pretty much complement what you're doing is also part of your factors. I mean, you got to get race bearings for your rods and your pistons. For your rods and your crank. You got to get good piston rings. You definitely got to upgrade your valve train to not factory not factory valves. You definitely got to upgrade. Once you go past 300 horsepower, you need to upgrade at least your exhaust valves. If not, your intake and exhaust valves. You can still use factory springs and retainers and keepers and lifters all the way up to the 500 horsepower, unless you put cams in it. Once you put cams in the motor, you have to swap out your entire valve train. You have to upgrade to titanium valves and retainers and springs and all that. If not, you're just going to blow that engine up and you're done. You're wasting all that money. Okay? So those are kind of, again, they go hand in hand based off your budget. Your budget will pretty much tell you how much horsepower you can make. And that's just honest. Honestly, if you ain't got $4,000 to start off with, don't bother. Okay? I know that sounds harsh, but it's just the reality of it. Mark IV Wolf will tell you the honest truth. He just bought all the parts. I don't know how much his budget was or how much he spent, but I think he went a little over $2,000 just in parts. We haven't even gotten to the machine work and any other little gaskets that we missed on the entire build. I have his 3 boxes of stuff right here to put into this engine, and we haven't even done that yet. So Ken, yes, you always want to build your head. The head is one of the weakest points on the 1.8T after the 350 horsepower range. Once you go about 350 horsepower, the exhaust valves will burn and they will just fail on you sooner than later. Again, you guys got to understand, especially Ken is asking all these questions. There's a lot of variables, and I mean tons of variables involved. Number one, your very first variable is what type of turbo. Are you going journal bearing or are you going ball bearing? What size turbo? What type of fueling are you gonna go? Are you gonna stick with 91 pump, race fuel, or E85? What type of power you're trying to go for? Are you looking for a torque monster or horsepower? Number two, what type of rev range are you trying to go? Are you trying to autocross this, or are you just trying to go straight? Are you trying to do canyon driving, or are you just trying to mess around? There's a lot of variables that are required for your build, and you can't just be like, I just want to build it for everything. There's no such thing. No such thing. You can't build a car for everything. You had to build it for a specific purpose. And if you're trying to go straight, then you got to really focus on horsepower over torque. And these engines aren't meant for horsepower, they're meant more for torque. They're torque monsters. If you're trying to get into the horsepower market, then you really want to focus on the type of turbo you go with. And you want probably go ball bearing for that scenario. You want to spool up super fast and make horsepower as fast as you can versus torque. And there you go. There's those whole barrel of variables involved in that. So, that being said, your budget confirms your horsepower, confirms what you can build. All my builds are very, very budget friendly. So, what I mean by that, I keep it under the $4,000 price range. I keep it where it's realistic for anybody to build one on their own dime. I do it for people. I got no problems building engines for anybody for free. You just pay for parts, obviously. If you need to ship it or deliver it, then you just pay for gas or for whatever it costs to ship the engine to wherever you live. Again, those are all the variables for that, on that type of cost. But keep in mind, it goes up super quick in price once you're like, oh, I want this, oh, I want that, oh, I want this and this and this. Focus on that. Remember, your engine makes 400 or 500 horsepower, but all the supporting modifications have to meet that as well. You're going to need an intake manifold, you're going to need an exhaust manifold, you're going to need an exhaust, you're going to need a turbo, you need fueling, you need all the other supporting modifications to support your build. By the time you're done, you're not $4,000 deep, you're $4,000, $6,000, $8,000 deep. Is that what you're looking for? Is that what you're wanting to get out of that engine? I will build you an engine that will last you a lifetime. But if you're going to have me build you an engine and you're just going to be like, fuck, well, I have a motor, now I got no more money. Plan ahead. Plan for your build. Buy your parts as you're waiting for stuff. Be ready to fork out a fat chunk of money. And number two, if you send me anything made from China, made out of Chinesium, or just some cheap ass parts, I will refuse your build and ship it right back to you. I will not build you anything without German parts, and I won't do it for you. I'm sorry, but cheap Chinese parts cause premature failure and early failure, and I don't want to have my name on that. So remember that. Remember that you're going to be looking at that, and this goes across all engines, VR6s, 1.8Ts, TDIs, 2-point slows, I don't care. We own German cars. We put German parts in them. Don't go cheap or else you'll regret it 100%. I can guarantee, I can promise you regrets. And all you guys out there who understand that, you guys know. You guys know when you guys bought that cheap AutoZone sensor and had to replace it 3 times until it got it right. You know? And that's fine, Ken. I love questions because people who have questions are going to focus and listen to what I say. However, I'm going to tell you this once because I tell this to everybody. If you ask for my advice and you just refuse and you go a different route, please never again bother me. I don't want to waste my time with someone who doesn't listen or at least care about what I say. If you just ask me a question just so you can just feel better about yourself and you go somewhere else and you get the exact same answer, because again, I do this a lot. I build a lot of engines. I do this for fun, and I do this because it's just fun and it helps the community. Don't bother me. Just don't call me, don't ask me, because number one, I'm going to give you the answer. You're not going to like it, and you're going to go ask someone else because you want to get the answer you want. And that's not how that works here, buddy. Not at all. Okay? Thank you, Ken. That is the right answer. You buy it cheap once, you buy it twice. You buy it nice once, you buy it for life. Simple as that. OEM or German, all the way. There are some things we can cut corners with, okay, guys? Some very, very minimal things I can definitely cut a corner with, but I don't show you that until I get to that point. But just don't assume. I won't tell you until we get to that point. All right? Any other questions before I call it a day? I am done for the day. No, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Again, I do this for everybody. I do this for everybody. I don't care. I don't do this for myself. Why would I put myself through all this pain and suffering for building a motor for myself? No, I do it for the community. That's all I care for. You know, I care for you guys. I care for you guys watching and enjoying what I do. I love it. I love it. I love the reactions. I love turning an engine on. I love getting a car running right up. Mark, the teenager, has been loving his little Mark IV to death. He's been driving the crap out of that little car, and he's like, if you guys are going to be in LA, Mark's Mark IV is going to be at Irwindale showing off his little build that he put together with me, and he's proud of it, even though it looks like a little shit box. But that kid is proud to be able to build an engine, put it all together, get it running, and drive it. And that's what it's all about. I don't care about stance or quality. I mean, I like show car stuff, but his car is going to be at my booth. We're going to be showing it off. We're going to be showing people that you don't have to have a crazy college degree or extreme knowledge to build a car. This kid did it. He did it with me, and he did it with passion, and that's what matters. D-Way, what tuner do I use? I use Boost Dynamic Tuning by Trent Smith. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Again, drop-in rods, you have to know where to get them from. You can't just go to, X-Speeding, just random crappy Chinese brands. Integrated engineering has been around for years, for decades. They know what they're making. And they make good stuff, man. Very, very good stuff. As long as you know what you're investing your money in, okay? All my engines that I built for high horsepower have IE rods and stock pistons. And they're still running now. My Mark IV has got over 40,000 miles on my build. Ian's Mark IV. Who else is Mark IV that I built that I know still drives it? I can't remember who. There's a bunch of motors that I built, but all of them are still running, and they use IE rods. And they put their motors to the limit with no problems. All right, Tanya, I'll check it out. But any more questions? Because I wanna call it a night. I'm a little tired, but before I go, hold on. Gotta end the night with a brewski, bruh. Gotta always end the night. So, we're gonna pop open a beer. Eagle rods are legit, but you have to get those balanced. Those are not drop in. Eagle rods have to be balanced, guys. Alright. I give a toast to you, my friends, to everybody out there in the world, on YouTube. Respect one another, love one another, and just enjoy VW, man. Enjoy it. Have a beer, have a good friend, enjoy your family. Life is way too short. So, because I say that, I'm going to chug this beer for you guys. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's cold. Oh, brain freeze. So good though. Done. That right there, ooh. It's for you guys. Have a wonderful night. Much love from my family to yours. Peace out. And as always, here at Pinche Al's Garage, we're going to break, we're going to fix, and we're going to repeat. Peace out, and have a wonderful night, everyone. I'll read your comments. Hold on. Salud! Oh man, I'm tired. Whew, that was a good video. Alright, gotta hang up on that. Damn. The motor's done. Can't wait to build this for Mike. Dude, I hope he likes it. Definitely hope he likes the motor. Ay. Let's see what I gotta be working with when I see it on Monday. I don't know why people don't believe me when I say I do shit for free. It's kind of weird. Oh well. It's alright. People don't need to worry about that. As long as they enjoy what I do, you know? Isn't that right? Hopefully the block's not cracked. That was a long video. I don't know how long it took. That bad though. Just a little bit of rust here and there, but the motor doesn't have any rust, right? I don't see anything problematic though. That's good. No cracks. Cylinder walls look beautiful. Crosshatch is still there. Just got a little bit of rust in cylinder number 2 and number 3, I think. I think it's bad though. Let's see. No, I don't see any cracks. That's all I care for, as long as this block ain't got no cracks. Ooh, V-dub, I love your way. Every day. Oh yeah, come in and think about you night and day. Oh yeah. Dude, Mike's gonna love this stupid thing once it's done. I see nothing. The goggles, they do nothing. Why do I talk to myself when I'm bored? Let's see. Let's see the head. What's going on with the head? Oh man. See how much of the head I can take apart tonight. I know I didn't film it, but it's alright. I don't think they're gonna mind me not showing them the head. It should be okay. You gotta get his motor ready for Monday. Oh yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ay, ay. Dude, so stoked. Building another 1.8 T. Let's see. I remember how would I now? I say a prayer. How would I? Scott beep bop beep a doop a doop. Scott bop bop beep a doop a doop. Scoop boop a deep a doop doop dap doo doo doo. Skittle beep bop a deep bop dooby doo. Skittle a beep bop dooby doo. Guess what, baby? I love you. Hey, hey, hey. Ah. Dooby doo, I wanna be like you. I wanna talk like you, walk like you, true you. You say it's true. Let's see. Gotta do these valves, yo. Dinging me right now. What? My stream still on? What the hell? Hold on. Ah, shit. Hey guys, shit. Oh, bye. I didn't know I took, damn it. Yeah, I didn't know my shit was still on. Damn it, guys. Thanks for telling me already. Jeez. Alright, bye. I turned this stupid thing off.